What does it look like to love a community rather than to leave it?
She saved my life.
The people here, they care.
Someone cared enough to help them get better.
The hope for Milwaukee is that we come together as one.
Milwaukee, I love you.
Good morning and welcome to Positively Milwaukee. Perhaps nothing feels as good as lifting the spirit of a struggling young person. That's exactly what one local police department is doing with the help of volunteers. I spoke to some kids in Racine taking to the skies and building exceptional futures.
Smiles are more frequent these days for 18-year-old Justice Nelson, who on a summer day under a steel blue sky becomes a pilot.
Now, you actually flew the plane.
Yes.
But for a long time, smiles were absent from Nelson's face.
I've faced a lot of challenges since I was in high school. I lost both of my parents.
Young people like Justice are why Racine police officer Travis Brady organized Wings to Fly. The Racine Police Department is the first in the country to sponsor a Wings to Fly program.
It is incredibly rewarding to see the smile on their faces. And we have 8 students today, and many of them have never flown in a plane ever. So for them to get in a plane for the first time, to be part of our event, and some of them have already signed up to come back for another time, is one of the most rewarding things we can do.
It gives aviation experience to teens and elementary students who face trauma. The program targets females and minorities. All the pilots are volunteers, like Lori Probst.
I like to give back. I mean, I went into teaching to give back, and as a pilot, I have no ambition to do that as a second career or anything. I'd rather give kids the chance to experience aviation.
This opportunity does not come cheap.
The local EAA chapter has a lot of scholarships to help fund to get your pilot's license, which is about a $10,000 expense. So if these kids are dedicated to this and they love this and they stick with it, we will continue to help them along the way. And if we can get one of them to get their license by the time they're 16 or 18 and flying, we can set them up for a lifetime of success.
And for youth struggling, Wings to Fly is a godsend.
It's been very helpful. It's helped me through a lot. Sometimes I just thought I couldn't do it, but then I knew I had people that were there for me to help me, and it helped me get through it a lot.
Justice admits during her toughest times, she was a loner, hesitating to ask for help. She shares this advice for other teens overcoming loss.
Find people that care, that are there for you. Don't push them away, because I tried to push people away and it didn't work. But they knew that I needed help and they stayed by me. So just stick with the people that are trying to be there for you.
And as these small planes lift to the skies, so do spirits.
I feel fortunate and I feel blessed to be able to give kids an opportunity that I don't have, and I'm living vicariously through them right now. So seeing every kid take off and then wave out the plane and then land with the biggest smile they possibly can, and to be given a flight jacket, which is a statement piece in the aviation space, that you have achieved something. We are giving them a gift before they have earned it, essentially, letting them know you can have this. You can literally have this one day in life. And if we can give them that little bit of hope to make it to next month and next year and graduation and college and everything else, we could literally change the dynamic of a family through a one-day event. And yes, that's why we're here today.
Would you like to see more programs like this help young people who are going through any kind of trauma?
Yes.
Why is this important, Justice?
Because I feel like kids that are going through it, they need to know that they have the help.
Did you think about your parents when you were up there today?
Yeah, I did.
Something else that takes flight reminds Justice of her late mom and dad.
Butterflies. If I see a butterfly, it's that's one of my parents.
So it's really like you have a guardian angel.
Yeah.
Or 2 guardian angels.
Yeah.
And through Wings to Fly, Earth Angels make it easier for young ladies like Justice to rise.
When you look at your life right now, how are you doing?
I feel like I'm doing good. I've accomplished a lot. I know, I always have the mindset, I'm doing it for them. That I got to get through this for them, make them proud. So it's I feel like I'm doing pretty great at it.
It is so rewarding watching them experience it. I can live through them, and it's so rewarding.
You have such a beautiful smile. I bet for a long time you didn't smile, did you?
No.
Well, it comes easily now, though. That's good. Yeah.
Can we just like do this kind of thing? Is this better? Okay.
Justice also loves sports, and word is she is very talented at basketball. Stay with us after the break. I'm going to tell you how a former Wisconsin leader is honoring his late wife. And a Delavan woman is marking an incredible milestone. We'll tell you how. But before we go, don't forget lunch with me every other Wednesday at 12:30. Recently, I talked to Katie O'Regan, a producer and writer and actor on the film Good Morning Miss America. It premiered at the Cedarburg Rivoli Theater. It's a movie all about family and love. Every week, I get to talk to someone who is doing good in the community, someone who inspires and is truly positively Milwaukee, someone just like Katie. Tune in every other week or just listen and leave a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Former Governor Marty Schreiber is dealing with a new normal after the passing of his wife Elaine. She died of Alzheimer's April 25th. But Schreiber recently got some good news, and it's going to help people all over the country.
Welcome news for former Wisconsin Governor Marty Schreiber after the death of his beloved wife Elaine. His book, My Two Elaines, will now reach a larger audience.
Harper Publishing has decided to take My Two Elaines nationwide. And it just is a thrilling experience because I know now that this book is going to help caregivers throughout the United States. And so I'm so proud and honored that that would happen, and we're so glad that we can help other caregivers.
Governor Schreiber held this thank you celebration for supporters of his journey. Elaine, his childhood sweetheart and beloved wife, passed away April 25th. We ask him how he's holding up.
You move forward because of the wonderful memories. I mean, many of us have had the great fortune of a wonderful spouse and to have those memories, but then to know that we can carry on and we can help other people.
Governor Schreiber says the best way to help Alzheimer's patients thrive is to understand their world. He stresses caregivers must take care of themselves. He's thankful Elaine did not suffer at the end.
Her world was so small. And in a way, it was a relief for her and a relief for me. So now the journey is over, and I know that she would want, as I want, to help other caregivers to learn, cope, and survive.
Schreiber vows to keep raising money and awareness for Alzheimer's education and research. All money raised from his book will go to Alzheimer's programs, meaning Elaine's memory will continue to lift lives long after she's gone.
Our goal is to help the caregiver and the person ill live their best life possible.
And the former governor is staying active, helping to combat Alzheimer's. The last time I talked to him, he was on his way to speak in Eau Claire. Well, a lot has changed over the past 100 years, and one Delavan woman has seen it all. Andrea Williams talked to her about staying young at 100 years old.
1922. The Milwaukee Badgers season got started in the NFL at Borchard Field. Jazz music came to Milwaukee with the first wave of African-American migration to the city, and Miss Joyce Bolter Francis was born on a farm in Mugwanago. Miss Francis just turned 100 years young and took some time with us to reflect.
This is recorded. I've just had a good life. I've had a good family. I'm just fortunate that I've been cared for.
Her family and friends recently came together for her centennial birthday celebration.
Oh my goodness. They had a dinner on Saturday, the day before, and they had a silent auction that brought in quite a bit of money, and I gave that to the Environmental Defense Fund.
A lover of nature, Miss Francis has lived all over the state of Wisconsin, Oconomowoc, Wauwatosa, Berlin, Monroe, and has lived in Delavan since 1981. If you're wondering what she does to look so amazing, she credits good genes.
What do you cleanse your face with?
Soap and water.
You cleanse your face with soap and water. Do you drink 8 glasses of water a day?
No.
Miss Frances doesn't watch a lot of TV, but does have some hobbies that she enjoys.
I don't have a cell phone. I think it's a wonderful invention, but I just don't seem to want one. I think people misuse them. But that isn't what I don't want. It's a lot to learn too.
From time to time, she even sends email and plays games on her computer, but doesn't have a need for a cell phone just yet.
Crossword puzzles. I've started to do jigsaw puzzles. That's not my favorite, but it sure makes the time pass. I do some pillowcases. I sew pillowcases for a shelter program.
That's beautiful.
Isn't that pretty?
Yeah.
That's what I've been doing to keep out of mischief.
It's obvious that Miss Frances has a zest for life. She just renewed her driver's license at 100, which means it's good until she's 108.
I haven't been on the freeway for probably a year. I can't believe how fast the cars go.
A fan of parks, Miss Frances took us for a spin into town to check out one of Delvin's newest parks.
Here's the park by the water tower.
Needless to say, those who know Miss Frances are motivated and inspired by her every day, including her 3 sons.
She's just full of life. She's full of vitality. She's full of Thanksgiving, joyfulness. She's always encouraging people in the family, but in her friends.
In honor of her 100th birthday, she received proclamations from the mayor of Delavan and the governor of Wisconsin, a well-deserved honor. And when asked what advice she has for others, she gave an answer that's a great example to how she's lived her life.
I don't have any advice. I think everybody has to do their own thing.
How very impressive that Miss Frances can still drive. We are rooting for her to be as healthy and active in a few years when she's 108, when she renews her driver's license. Coming up after the break, meet some special neighbors at a nursing home in Milwaukee, and you're going to find out what makes their situation very unique. But first, we've got to meet our Positively Milwaukee Pet of the Week.
I'm Johanna at Hawes, the Humane Animal Welfare Society of Waukesha, and today I am showing off my Positively feline friends in our large colony room. I am joined by my lap companion, Beyonce. She is a 15-year-old domestic short-hair kitty. She is front paw declawed and she is ready for adoption. And some of her roommates here are Dale, who is a 2-year-old tabby. He came to Hawes and was emaciated, had some parasites, and now he is ready to go. We also have Poof, who is a 3-year-old domestic long hair. Came to us with a back leg injury, which we tried to treat, and it quickly became evident that he was uncomfortable, and so now he is an amputee, but he is coming along nicely and he will be available for adoption shortly. In our colony room, the cats are able to thrive and live in a communal setting. It's better for their mental health and their physical health. They also can be perceived as one would perceive their cat in their home. If you haven't
Welcome back. It's not uncommon to hear about a grandparent and their grandchildren living in the same house, but a Milwaukee grandmother and grandson are neighbors at a long-term nursing facility. Tom Durian talked to them about their unbreakable bond.
Are you grandma's boy? Huh? Yeah? Okay. You're grandma's boy today.
Erna Mayich and her grandson Nick are a lot closer than many other grandparents and grandkids. Nick's mom, Donna, had to return to work about a week after he was born with cerebral palsy.
So I took care of him for 8.5 years.
Mom took him to physical and occupational and speech therapies. They watched him. They took him on outings. My mom and dad were like second mom and dad.
So when Erna needed to move into a long-term care facility, Donna suggested she move into the Bay at St. Anne, where Nick is staying.
I think it's good for both. I see them attending like bingo together, going to activities, movies. It's good that they have someone there for them. You know, in adjusting, it's made it easier for her, I think.
Especially with some of the isolation that we've seen with COVID, it doesn't apply for them, and it's just so great that they can just stay together all the time.
Erin Johnston is an administrator at St. Anne. She says having family members in one facility is already pretty rare. Erna and Nick's situation is basically unheard of.
I've been doing this 8 years, and I have never had multi-generational in the same building.
Another perk of this pair being neighbors, they both get more visitors. If family comes to see Nick, they'll visit with Erna, and vice versa.
Sometimes there's a room full of people here.
In fact, Erna wouldn't mind a bigger room to make space for all that love.
They have bigger ones, but I don't have the inside connection, you know.
Donna says having Nick and Erna in the same place also makes things easier for her. She wants to spend as much time as possible with both. Very sweet. He's got strength like Hercules and a medal to match. A Pleasant Prairie trainer can officially call himself a professional bodybuilder. James Groh has that story.
I love competing.
Jacob Swisher from Pleasant Prairie is a national bodybuilding champion.
I'm a physique competitor, so I'm more aesthetic. I look more of a skinny waist, broad shoulders, come down like a V-taper more, instead of just a guy that's humongous and just lifts tons of weights.
It's all about the look.
Smile, your posing, how you look, it's all comes on your hair, everything, your tan, all that matters.
The 37-year-old has been competing for the past 6 years. He came in 6th and 5th, but never first until last month.
And especially now that I'm getting older, it feels good beating the young kids. I mean, I'm going against 20-year-olds now, so I'm 37.
He won the National Physique Committee Junior Nationals in Tennessee, which makes him a pro. That means he can win money at competitions and get sponsorships.
All right, we get it. The dude is strong, so I'm having him bring me a weight to see if I can pump the same kind of iron that he can.
Come on. Let's go, get it.
Yeah. I can't. It's too much for me, but this is unfair because this is his dojo. You're gonna enter into my territory, all right?
Okay, yeah.
So this is all the stuff I carry to a story: tripod, camera bag, another camera bag, laptop. We're gonna have him do some reporter exercises. I call this one the drop your wallet while carrying all your gear squat. Let's see it. Oh, I saw a fumble. You look at that? The next one I call it the reporter arm extension during an interview. It's duration, so let's see how long you can hold it. Clock starts now.
So this actually can get pretty difficult, but he's making it look real easy.
Okay, so we could be here all day long. I'll take this from you. You knocked that challenge out of the park. The dude is just strong.
For Positively Milwaukee, I'm James Groh.
And Jacob says his girlfriend actually encouraged him to try physique competitions all those years ago. And now she's his fiancée. So it looks like he's sticking with both. Well, summer is wrapping up, and that means back to school. And a local nonprofit is trying to make sure every kiddo has a new pair of shoes. Tony Atkins talked to Jakari Carr about what motivates his generosity.
It's been 10 years of growth for Jakari Carr. His nonprofit, Jakari Kicks for Kids, hosting dozens of kids for its 10th annual back-to-school drive.
At this event, the kids are able to get book bags with supplies, a free haircut or a free hairdo. They're able to get a brand new pair of shoes or a customized pair of shoes. So right here, man, these are some of my favorites.
We last spoke with Jakari in February as he collected shoes preparing for this moment. On this table, more than 600 pairs of shoes to help kids feel confident going back to school.
Just so they all can go to school at the beginning of the year, fresh to death, nice cut, looking good and looking like they peers, so nobody got to worry about being bullied.
Jakari remembers those days, not going to school with the freshest shoes on his feet. It's something he doesn't want kids today to have to worry about.
And as I had the newest shoes, they was all like, ah. So they started talking about me and they started liking my, style.
Ooh, new kicks! Students thankful for Jakari's story, his mentorship, and his time.
It's very important because if you doesn't have a good leader, you wouldn't know what to do. Like,
you got any particular pair of shoes that you want? Which ones?
Kyrie.
And in order for 7-year-old Tylen Jones to get those Kyrie shoes, his only job is to continue to be a good student in the classroom. The shoes only a part of Jakari's greater plan.
While your goal the whole time was to try to impress us by getting good grades, you really just did what you needed to do to set yourself up for the next phase of life.
Jakari and his organization are helping out all over our area. And if you want to get involved or donate, we have a link at tmj4.com. There are so many wonderful, amazing people in our community, and that's why you are our first reason to smile this morning, because we need your help getting ready for our Positively Milwaukee Awards. A soldier, a nurse, a mother, and a friend. I'm actually describing just one person. Darcy Groyle was our Military Service Award winner last year, and her clients at the Milwaukee VA Medical Center say she's a lifesaver.
I didn't really like myself too much, and I didn't really have a very high opinion of society. I didn't have any money in the bank at all. And I thought, my goodness, this is it. I'm going to be a statistic. And then I started to justify those thoughts of suicide. But Darcy gave me hope.
There is nobility in compassion, a beauty in empathy, a grace in forgiveness. Our quote this week comes from Irish author John Connolly. Connolly became famous for his private detective novels featuring Charlie Parker. Crime fiction can often be gritty and dark, and Connolly's main character definitely struggles to balance his desire for revenge with his desire to do good. But Connolly says he was attracted to that genre as a way to explore compassion, morality, reparation, and salvation. So before you judge someone, remember what Connolly says: have compassion and empathy for the situation, and find it in your heart to forgive. And as always, stay positively Milwaukee.